Well, you've heard all three of the first speakers mention FEMA, and again, at a time when this agency has received its share of criticism, I think it's important for us to acknowledge that here in California, they've done a great job, and that here locally, in this particular incident, they did an extraordinary job, because they had to get by every complicated bureaucratic red tape rule that exists, and they did it, and for that we're all very thankful. Mark Neveau, FEMA Federal Coordinating Officer.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your comments. I would like to put my comments in context. A federal coordinating officer is dispatched to each presidential disaster when a governor of a state requests assistance. That assistance goes through FEMA up to the White House. The President of the United States signs that declaration, as they did here, 2 weeks after the historic presidential election in which President Obama was elected. President Obama's slogan during that time was, "Yes, we can. Yes, we can." I say to you, not yes, we can. Yes, we did. We did. We came together. We brought parties together. We brought levels of government, private, nonprofits, as well as the landowners and the residents to find a resolution. As I look over my shoulder today, I see the heavy equipment back there starting the work. The debris cleanup has started. That's the first step in getting these people back in their homes. With that, I'd like to call up my partner, Tom Moriyama from CalEMA, who made all of this possible in concert with local officials. Tom?
Thank you, Mark. You know, Mark and I said we'll be back, and we're back here today. And the important thing to note is that while Mark and I helped facilitate this, it's really the elected officials and the elected officials here, staff. I mean, the staff played a tremendous part in making this all happen. And we need a... And with that said, an extraordinary sequence of events brought us to this point. That is commitment from federal, state, county, and city governments to serve more than 600 residents here at the Oak Ridge Mobile Home Park. This partnership endured negotiations, countless meetings, technical and regulatory roadblocks, traditional ways of doing business, and time constraints to get the shovels in the ground. In November, days after the Sayre fire was officially out, Mark Neveau, the federal coordinating officer for this disaster, and I toured the burned areas. I'd been at Oak Ridge Mobile Home Park and seen the devastation. I had visited the command posts, which were still up right under the freeway, the overpass. I knew I needed to visit here again and felt strong that my federal counterpart needed to see it. Mark was anxious to do this. And as a background, I come from fire and law enforcement. Mark also from the fire service. So we had a sense of how bad it really was here. It was unbelievable. Both of us, once again, are from the Bay Area. We were in awe and viewed the destruction. It reminded both of us of the Oakland Hills fire. We recognized that those homes were not damaged, and the folks could not move back into their homes, and the other folks could not rebuild until the debris was removed. Because neither FEMA nor CalEMA normally can pay for debris removal on private property, we talked about possible solutions with our staff for hours. We considered a number of options as to what could be done for the hundreds of displaced residents here. We contacted the park owner to determine his intentions and what he was going to do with the park. They told us they intended to rebuild. That was key. That's what we needed for them to say for us to move any further with what we hope to accomplish. It told us that we had hard work to do in the very near future. I would like to now turn it back to Mark.
We called in stakeholders to discuss the issue with us. About 50 people participated in the roundtable. Included were governmental entities, nonprofits, property owners, and other stakeholders. This was less than 1 month after the presidential declaration. The severity of the debris issue was certified by the Los Angeles County Public Health Officer. He confirmed the debris was a public health hazard. This certification established FEMA to allow an exception to the Code of Federal Regulations, which generally disallows debris removal from private property. To expedite the process, the state's Housing and Community Development Department temporarily transferred its oversight responsibilities to the City of Los Angeles. At this point, the city came forward with the lead of the mayor and Councilmember Alarcon to become the eligible grant applicant under FEMA's Public Assistance Program. Under the terms of this agreement, FEMA would pay 75%, the state would pay 18.75%, and the city would be responsible for 6.25% of cleanup costs. We are proud of this collaborative effort and most pleased that more than 600 residents of the Oak Ridge Mobile Home Park, displaced from their homes by the horrific fires, will soon be back home. We want to say thank you to all of you who have given your time, talents to make this happen. There's a number of people that have worked on this, not the least are the FEMA employees from public assistance and individual assistance, but from the mayor's office, the mayor himself, Paul Hernandez, James Featherstone, Deputy Mayor Arif Alarcon. They were instrumental in making sure that we were able to accomplish what you see behind us today. I'm proud to stand here as a partner with all of them. Mayor? He's pointing out to me, yes we can, and yes we did.
I love it. I love it. That was great. You really did.